everybody, welcome back to another Paradise Gaming video. And in today's video, we're going to be covering the AMA, the Ask Me Anything, Ask Mike Anything, whatever you want to call it, MetaZoo Hour that was in the Discord. So we're just going to accumulate all the questions into one, nice package, and I'm just going to go over everything, deliver it all to you guys here in this video, and we'll just discuss it, see what spicy things that get announced or may be revealed, and just go over all the content together. Alright everybody, well, let's go ahead and get started. I hope everybody is doing well and you're having a fabulous Tuesday. Like I said, it's the Ask Mike Anything, Ask Me Anything, whatever you want to call it. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so first question is by Encase Comics. When will Native be available for pre-order? So this is obviously a pretty pertinent information for people who would like to get into the next set. And MetaZoo Games replies with, not until March. Use our trusted partners for the best pre-order options. So yeah, if you don't already know, I think on the official MetaZoo website, you can go there and see who the trusted partners that MetaZoo has partnered with, obviously, and you can pre-order through them. There's a ton of options. I'm sure you'll have your own local flares or maybe people you follow or like. So go ahead and check that out and make sure you pre-order through those people. Alright, next question by Christmas Peppermint. Why not a Frost Tower? Good question. So he replies with next year. So there you go. If you're wondering why Frost Tower is left out, saving it for next year, understandable. You can only do so many towers in 1 year. So, there you go. Next question by Death Knell. This may have been asked before, but as part of Native, have you all done any work with any indigenous tribes? As someone whose ancestry is Aztec, I would like that we are doing more than just taking their stories for financial gain, which is completely understandable. And MetaZoo replies with, of course we talked to many of them, and some of them have done art for the set, and the MetaZoo Foundation will be fundraising money for various North American tribes. So yeah, this is pretty awesome to hear. I expected that they had some of the people work for the art or work with MetaZoo for the art for this set. I think it was something that should be expected with how inclusive they're being with it. And it looks like also the MetaZoo Foundation will be fundraising money for various North American tribes, so that's also really awesome. Glad to see that. Glad to see that and hear it. I love that they started a foundation and they're raising money for good purposes. Next question: how are the PFP boxes coming along? And MetaZoo replies with, almost done printing. So for anybody who is interested or curious, there you go, there's your answer. Alright, next up. Alright, Let Live 994 asks, how many fusion auras will there be? Good question. I'm also curious. Earth, cross, insert aura here. So there you go. Pretty awesome. Let's see, Frozen Explosion. Next question. When are the target turret backs expected? And as he replies with next month. So there you go, look forward to that. February. Next question. Akone, dates on the gala so we can plan to travel. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't even know there was going to be a gala. Another opportunity for MetaZoo to raise some money. And they reply with working on those now, looking to secure them this week. So yeah, if anybody's interested, maybe they'll be doing this local to wherever you live. Maybe you can swing by the gala. Probably be some promos, like always. A gala promo. Alright, next question by Pee-wee's. Any surprising voice actors or actors lined up for the animated shorts/series? So yeah, that's another really good question. And then MetaZoo replies with, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So that's pretty awesome to hear. If you can land some bigger voice actors for your animated show, It's gonna be huge, you know, especially for the older demographic that would know about the voice actors. Yeah, just another awesome addition to the brand. At Sirloin, here's the next question. Coming to Rhinelander, Wisconsin, I believe, for a Hodak Festival. Are you going to try a cheese curd and a Culver's butter burger? And MetaZoo replies, we are. So yeah, I didn't know about Culver's at all until they recently opened one near where I live. And yeah, I tried it. I like it. It's okay. It's good food. Good burgers. A little too greasy, buttery for my taste, but I get it. It's a butter burger. But yeah, they were established in Wisconsin, Cheeseland. So so there you go. He's going to try it when he gets there. All right, next question. Let's try to get through these a little bit fast because there's a lot, and I don't want this video to go on too long. Alright, at Lion Metaphor, will MetaZoo have well-known artist collabs that will diverge into different art styles? I think he meant artist collabs. And MetaZoo replies with yes. So it's pretty awesome. Of course, the more art styles, the more differences you can have, you know, divergent, it'd be better for the overall brand. So it doesn't just get stale. Alright, Flowbot asks, any chance on number of players being increased for Water Tower? And MetaZoo replies with no. So yeah, I like that. Keep it at a set limit. Don't do any decreasing. You know, be pretty strict on that. That way you keep it cohesive and run smoothly. These towers. All right, next question by Hams by Yams. Are the towers going to be fluid locations, or will they be a set location where future MetaZoo stores will be built? And MetaZoo replies with fluid for now, which makes sense. I mean, you're not really this early in the game. I wouldn't expect them to be nailing down any exact locations. It probably wouldn't be smart anyways to try to do that. Just because of, you know, we want to test this out. We want to see exactly how well this is going to go. This is uncharted territory. This towers idea, obviously, for MetaZoo. So, I know they have said in the past they want to do brick and mortar stores, but yeah, I just don't see it for the towers being a good idea right now. Maybe after a couple years, if it really does really well and they're having good, you know, associations with the local town, city, area where they're holding them, I could see that being a possibility, but a little too early for now. But good question nonetheless. Alright, Bendy2006 asks, will there be a way to incorporate TTS tournaments into qualifying for in-person tournaments to help people that aren't able to travel a lot during the year? So it's an online client, so he's asking, would it be possible to do a lot of online tournaments for people who don't, you know, have local areas, or I would say FLGSs or something like that, where they could play and they don't want to travel, or they can't travel, which is understandable. If you're like in an absolute dead zone where there's not a lot of people playing MetaZoo, or maybe there's just not a lot of gaming groups or areas in where you live, I could see that being a possible issue. But MetaZoo replies, no, but our online client is expected to release for War, and we expect to have a digital tower there. So that's pretty awesome. That's cool. So I get why, especially like right now in general. You know, trying to establish everything, make it cohesive. I get it why he's saying no, but expected to release for War. That's pretty cool. So we should have it by War. It looks like the War set, and we expect to have a digital tower. That's awesome. So that's a no-brainer. I feel like get a digital tower where you can have almost anybody be able to go and play in it. You know, anyone in the country. I mean, maybe world. I don't know how exactly it's going to work with the online client per se, but that's going to be awesome. Alright, let's see what's next. Next question is Paletti. Any plans or thoughts on making MetaZoo a made in the USA product? So that's pretty interesting. Like most gaming products, Kickstarters, board games, everything, a lot of it, you don't know, is made in China because it's just so cheap. I mean, most products, let's be honest, most products are made in China. Because it's so cheap, the labor's cheap, you know, just being realistic with how the world works. But I can get behind 100% any product being made here in our country. I believe it's better for us at the end of the day. I believe it'd be creating more jobs here locally. I would even be willing to pay a higher price for products if I'm, being made here in our own country and we're supporting workers here in our own country. So MetaZoo replies with yes. Sorry, I know I threw my own opinion out there, but MetaZoo replies with yes, so that's interesting. I mean, I think as a whole, it would be good for us to do that. Alright, Loving Kitty 05. Mike, any updates on the MetaZoo Funko Pops? And if so, any guesstimate on what month? Good question, because I've been waiting for these as well. I've been really excited to get these MetaZoo Funko Pops. And they reply with New York City Comic Con, so that's pretty cool. I'm so excited to get these. I think they're going to be awesome. I want to collect them, so glad to see this year we might have some updates. Maybe they're released then at the event, and that's when we'll be able to purchase them. Alright, next question. Maska. Out of curiosity, will we see a 2023 roadmap for supplemental sets / products like the set, 2 sets, eBay collabs, and holiday sets? A little confusing there at the end, but got it. So, wants to see a roadmap for like the mini sets or the special sets that aren't the core sets. And MetaZoo replies with, a wizard must keep some secrets. So I like that. It's a good point. You don't want to dish absolutely everything out that they're going to release throughout the year. I do think the mini sets, the holiday sets and all that, I think that they are better to be kept secret, and then, surprise, here's what we got, because, it adds to the mystique of those sets, the uniqueness of them. So, and he's got a point. Even with his, wizard must keep his secrets. He's got a point there. You got to keep something, a surprise or something to be keep everybody off their toes, or on their toes, I should say. All right, next question is Semi-Lock. Is there any possibility of adding more elements in the future? And MetaZoo replies with Wind and Yokai Island. So that's pretty interesting. So you're gonna have a new element with the release of Yokai Island. Interesting. Alright, next one. Just Tinsane asks, will the fusion auras have non-hollow and hollow variants? Alright, and MetaZoo replies with just hollow, and for example, the next time you would see an earth cross water fusion aura would be in the next water-based set. So these won't show up too often. Meaning they will be valuable, they will be rare, they will have some hold to them, being a unique item. So that's pretty cool, interesting, good to hear. Alright, Christmas Peppermint Jack Frost again asks, I need to know why Victor isn't doing stuff with you anymore. And MetaZoo replies with Victor left several sets ago on good terms. So happy to hear on good terms, and if you ever wondered why you weren't seeing that name anymore, there you go. Alright, Puppy asks, can I choose the design for the Bearwalker board when up for sale? Which is actually a really good question. Will you be able to choose what board you're buying, or is it just a blind purchase and then you get what you get? And MetaZoo replies with no, it will be blind. So I do like the aspect of blind purchases for products. I get it. It is exciting. You don't know what you're getting. I like that aspect, but man, some of these products, when they're so expensive, and this board's going to not be cheap, that kind of is annoying. If you're going to spend good money, you want something that you know for sure you're going to enjoy, that you want. So kind of weird on that one, but let's see how it goes. All right, Cryptic Card Dungeon. Where can we expect Seance Binders? Good question. Where are they at? Seance Binders. MetaZoo Games replies with later this year with Native Binders. So instead of trying to get them out, it looks like maybe they just might release them both at the same time. I think in the MetaZoo Monday episode we just released, I think it said that they were going to release them both at the same time, which makes sense. Just go ahead and get them all done and release together. I have pretty much all my cards just piled up in a pile in the corner of the room, just waiting for the binder. I hate taking in and out cards in and out binders. It's just a pain. So I'll just leave them there, put them in a box, whatever, keep them out of the way, and when the binders come, throw them all in there. Not a big deal. Next question by Nick Crick. At MetaZoo Games, any thoughts on having tournaments the days before or after conventions so we can enjoy both? That's a pretty good question. And MetaZoo replies no. So I get where the question was coming from, but I guess logistically and realistically, it wouldn't work. Alright, Vostov asks, will side decking still be a thing for towers? And MetaZoo replies, yes, of course. MZ Enthusiast, when can we expect the snowboards, and is there multiple designs? And MetaZoo replies with, when we collab with Burton, so that's pretty awesome. Big collab there. Next question, Meta Phantoms. When is the next Gamer Soups collab? Bigfoot Juice was bussin'. So I didn't get it, but I mean I did hear it was pretty good, the flavor. And MetaZoo says we won't be working with G-Sups anymore and ended on good terms. We're seeking another energy drink collab. So that's interesting. I wonder what happened, what the issue was there. And didn't the G-Sups, whatever the heck it's called, Gamer Sups, didn't they come with a promo card? So that promo card, I think it was a Bigfoot card, right? A Bigfoot promo card. So I mean that if they're not going to partner with them ever again, that promo card might be pretty pricey now. Might be going up in value. Just an idea, just thought. All right, Adeline Metaphor, MetaZoo booty shorts. Of course. So MetaZoo replies with, I wear these every day. Oh my god. And get your booty shorts. MetaZoo style. Alright, let's see. XX Savage says Fortnite collab when? And MetaZoo Game says soon. So we're still going to have a Fortnite collab. So that's pretty cool, pretty interesting. I'm excited to see what they're going to do there. Alright. Next question. Teflo, will MetaZoo be at CollectorCon this February in Orlando? And of course, MetaZoo says yes. Of course, they'll be there. I'm gonna try to make it there this year. I wasn't able to last year, but try to this year. All right, Awful Waffles. Will there be any MetaZoo shoes in the future? And MetaZoo says yes, but with Nike, Adidas, etc. So yeah, going to go big or go home when it comes to these collabs. Alright, Paletti. When could we see our first ever double-sided printed MetaZoo cards? And MetaZoo says when hell freezes over. So I take it they're not fans of the double-sided printed. Loving Kitty 05 Mike, any chance we can get an official audiobook for the book read by Termatech Here the Rabbit? And MetaZoo replies with, I will do all the voices in the audiobook in opera style. He's crazy. Alright, Weird Flex. Mike, what's happening at CollectorCon Houston? And he replies with CollectorCon Houston. I mean, he's got a point. Alright, Lindy Games. When will we know anything about streamer kits and how to qualify? MetaZoo replies, everyone can qualify. They will be open to purchase for anyone since anyone can be a streamer and we want to encourage us. Okay. Alright, there we go. Maybe I can get a streamer kit. I was expecting it to be something that they only, invite personally. So that's interesting. I might have to snag one then. Alright, real good. When will streamer kits be open? If there is a link for them, can you post it? And MetaZoo Game says soon. So there you go. Pretty interesting stuff there. Hoyistro, any news on the video game? And MetaZoo replies with being made for arcade first. Thomas Max, is there any plans or existing announcements that wasn't revealed in the roadmap for this year? So that's a good question. And MetaZoo replies, roadmap covers only 25% of stuff. So wow, that's pretty crazy. Only 25. It looks like a pretty stacked year already. So I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of mini sets or maybe some like promo stuff. It's 25. That's still Still a small amount for counting core sets too. Prepare your wallets. That's all I can say. Alright, Pete Dorr. Any plans for MetaZoo action figures? And MetaZoo says yes, our next eBay collab. So we're gonna get some action figures? I forget the only figures they would do were those smaller ones they had at cons. Alright, so this is a this was all one jumbled up question or comment, so we'll just go over it together. By Macan. At MetaZoo Games, will the MZOs who judge qualifying events for the towers also be able to participate in the tower, being that they couldn't reasonably play in their event? And the only reason I'm even including this is because in case anybody else out there had this idea or maybe had the same question. But when I sat back and like really thought about it, it makes sense obviously what decision MetaZoo was saying. And MetaZoo says, do you see the potential issue with a judge judging his or their competition? Which makes sense obviously. You can't be playing and judging at the same competition. A good example, like if you're playing sports, you obviously can't be in the same tournament. You can't be a judge or a referee or an umpire and then also be playing in the same tournament. Like I play softball tournaments every once in a while. I can't be actively umpiring a game and then the next hour or 2 hours later go and actually play with a team. Makes sense. And then they MetaZoo also replied, if you're asking if MZOs can actually judge events they are playing in, the conflict of interest is too high, so no, which totally makes sense, obviously. And Macon replies, I feel like if you're not making an exception for the MZOs on qualifying, that's a miss. Feels like a punishment if they have to judge an event to allow everyone in their area to qualify for towers except themselves. Any thoughts? And New Year's same Artorius. I feel like this is misconstrued still. Sorry to chime in again. Essentially, the individual is asking if the MZO can qualify by judging the event, but not actively playing in the event. It's hard to get another MZO for some of us. Some people are the only MZO for hours around them. Yeah, that's a good point as well. And obviously a different side of that question. And MetaZoo replies with, I see what you're saying now. Thanks for clarifying. In order to qualify, you need to play, not judge. So there you go. You need to play in these qualifying tournaments to make the towers. Alright. Next one. And then obviously MetaZoo said this is definitely not the right time to air this out. Are you an MZO? So yeah, just going over that stuff just in case anybody else had that question. And someone also, Card Trader Gems, something like this happened at an LGS. I was recently, two MZOs showed up and both wanted to play and qualify. And MetaZoo replied with, they can certainly judge at one event and play at another. So, just going off of that. Alright, just insane. Will there be a guaranteed number of fusion ore per box or any kind of idea how rare they're going to be? And MetaZoo replies with, they will be rare. So there you go. They will be rare. Alright, Paletti. I know you have stated that MetaZoo would not reprint the past binders. What are your thoughts on making a second edition printing of more in-demand binders? Excuse me. So yeah, good point. So if they're not going to reprint these binders, like I know the Nightfall binders shot up in price like crazy because they weren't reprinting them and they were sold out. So a second edition version of the binders is what they're asking for the ones that are like really high demand. And MetaZoo replies with no. So I get that. If it's not cost effective, if it doesn't make sense, yeah, especially for a smaller company like MetaZoo, I could see why they would choose not to. That's why I just, I think back and I'm like, man, some of these products, if I don't want to miss out on them, I need to get them now before they go up, because it happens all the time with MetaZoo. If you're a big MetaZoo fan, the products are being limited a lot of the times, and they're going to sell it fast, and people are going to scalp them. So you just got to play the game, be prepared, pick your battles, Alright, Samulok. Is MetaZoo planning on modernizing card art and frames as time goes on, like moving away from retro blocky text, box borders, into more smoothly designs we see often today? So will they drop their unique the unique design of MetaZoo, essentially. And then MetaZoo says no. Well, so Mike has been very adamant about not changing the art style or the conceptual idea of the MetaZoo cards. So yeah, I don't expect any different type of changes. Like, you have Pokemon, you will have the alternate arts, the V maxes, etc. Like, you don't want to meddle in all that. He wants to keep it all uniform, every set, every card. So it makes sense. Is there any consideration for full art MetaZoo cards? And he says no. So there you go, just piggybacking off of the modern cards nowadays and how they are constantly changing the design, the art. MetaZoo doesn't want to do any of that. Alright, next one. Moral asks, favorite cryptid? And Mike says one in native. So evidently his favorite cryptid is in native. Interesting. Slippy and Napkin, favorite movie? Mothman Prophecies. That's pretty funny. Of course, it's Mothman Prophecies. I actually watched that movie a while back. It was a pretty good movie. If you haven't checked it out, I would suggest you check it out. It's pretty good. New year, new top cuts. Will there be active terror at the towers? And MetaZoo replies with yes. Alright, the Mothhawk. Will Blackbeard be in 7 Seas? There will be pirates. So not a yes, not a no. But I included on this one. There do be pirates. Get a little thematic there. Alright. New Year, same. Artorius. What can you tell us about the registration for towers? Sign up for it fast. First come, first serve. So there you go. The tower events. Like I expected to be. They only take so many casters per tower. And it's first come, first serve. So sign up as soon as you can. Alright. Richie Light 7 Seas release event equals yacht party? Actually, yes. So there you go. Kind of a yacht party for their 7 Seas release. Puppy says, can we socially press you to make more of these? These are the some early on sleeves for your decks, for your cards. And it's a spell book, essentially. And MetaZoo says, bully me, that's my love language. So it looks like he's opening the door. If you want some more products that are sold out or not in print anymore, bully him. There you go, binder people. I actually have some of those sleeves. Those are my favorite sleeves out of MetaZoo. Alright, Anatheos. HeroQuest 2.0 seems to have more spot foiling. Will this be more common? And MetaZoo says, explain what you mean. Spot foiling, several sectioned off areas of foiling and non-foiling throughout the art, like we see in Stop the World from HeroQuest 2.0. And yeah, I don't see where I put the answer, but yeah, I didn't catch the answer. Sorry about that, but don't know what there would be for the spot foiling. Sorry about that. I guess he didn't answer. Anyways, MetaZoo is already goofy, but is there any chance of a more joke-oriented unset in the future, if that's even possible? Our unset will be extra serious, too serious. So there you go with that. Kvostov 7G. In a situation where the tower gets filled up and there are no shows, they'll be dropped, but will people who were not signed up be able to last second sign up if they were there? Is there going to be a wait list? So that's another good question. People who last minute want to be able to get into the event. MetaZoo says we can have a side deck of players on standby, up to them to show up if they would like to risk not being able to participate. So there you go, that's pretty cool. I mean, given the option. Southern Heat Collectibles. Any idea when the finalists and voting will happen? MetaZoo says the swivel chairs and big red buttons are being constructed right now. Alright. Yannick. HeroQuest shipped last week. How was it announced? And MetaZoo replies with check out Pool's channel. New Year's New Rat Queen. Which artist will be at the Frogman Festival? Will you, Mike, be there? MetaZoo replies, I will be there, likely dressed as a large frog. Pretty cool. Getting all up into it with the Frogman Festival. Alright. Hi Poyo Istro will Altamahaha be printed outside of fan art blister? And he replies with no. So if you want that card, that beastie, there you go. You can only get it there. Slobbery Dust. Will MetaZoo ever collaborate with a gaming chair company like Secret Lab to drop some sick gaming chairs? And MetaZoo replies with yes. I think we saw that. We can see that coming from a mile away. A gaming chair being MetaZoo themed. Alright, Lindy Games. Any future rewards for NFT token holders on the roadmap? And MetaZoo replies with yes, of course. AbeZoo. Still trading business cards? Yes, but running out. Mike replies. So better get those business cards traded. Jazzy Bean. Will MetaZoo be at the Houston Collecticon in November? And of course, they reply with yes. Bureau. Not sure how much you can share, but I'd be curious to know if there are anything new on the IPO discussions or board members. I believe you had mentioned you were all going to push it a year, but you were finalizing the board members. And MetaZoo replies with, I'll be comfortable IPOing once the IP is released, the books, the show, the video games, etc. Until then, I need to be steering the ship and be here for the long haul. So yeah, like he said in the past before, this is his baby, this MetaZoo is, so he wants to make sure everything is done right and his vision before he takes the step back. New Year's New Rat Queen. MetaZoo cross Roblox or VR? MetaZoo replies with AR would be cool tie-in with our online clients. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how they go about that. Thomas Max, how soon can we expect the app? Sometime next year. MetaZoo replies with TCG Online client app this summer with War. So once again, just saying, you know, it's going to happen sooner than later. Next question by 3 Devagas. Will there be another DimMac shirt collab this year? And MetaZoo replies with no, but Letterman jacket maybe. So no more shirts, but maybe a Letterman jacket. Alright. Medley UK expansion plans. So here's another good question. Grimm's Kingdom will have a UK based set. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Mike, any chance you can tell us this cutie's name? And MetaZoo replies with all I see is a mirror. And then I include the picture. Always throwing the jokes. Meta Rico, are you still planning to do code cards and packs for the online TCG client? And will be running on the blockchain? MetaZoo replies with yes, starting with a war officially. So this whole like online client and online system is really all focused all around war. So around then is when you can expect all this to be a big thing. O3B, next product you release without a promo, like the MetaZoo NF Mothman t-shirts. Product without promo? Nani? Yeah, so like it feels like every product they release has a promo. So yeah, he's just having fun there again. Thomas Max, we'll be able to face you online and possibly win a reward. Something along the lines of you having a bounty on your head, maybe other crew members. So that's it's actually a pretty interesting idea. Dueling the creator or maybe some other staff members, and if you beat them you get something. That's a pretty cool idea. MetaZoo replies with maybe if we use less violent language to describe this process. Jukito, at MetaZoo, last time I was in the Ozarks and you warned me about the Ozark Howler. This time I'm in the Tampa area. What cryptids do I need to be aware of? And MetaZoo replies with Florida Man. Gotta love the Florida Man. Alright, Star of the North, is MetaZoo hot sauce and beer still a thing? And he replies with yes. So look out for your hot sauce and beer. Alright. Hams by Yams, the MetaZoo book going to be hardcover with the art from the back of the cards. And MetaZoo replies with there will be 1,000 signed hardcovers with a special box of cards, all numbered and signed by me personally. leather bound with more lore expansion in the margins. So that's pretty big news, pretty awesome stuff. I hope I can snag one of those 1,000. That's a pretty awesome collector's item for sure. Savage asks, how do we get these? Will they be made for sale on Marketplace? Possible NFT drop. MetaZoo replies with, they will be DTC on the Marketplace. The normal books will go through normal book distributors. So I feel like it's gonna be 1,000 are gonna be released on the Marketplace exclusively. It's gonna be like their high quality, higher valuable items, and then the regular books. Maybe the soft cover will be released in book distributors. So there you go. Rose Kila asks, when will we receive signed headshots of you? And Mike sends off the Maverick Bad Boy Creator. Here's your headshot. Vexstream admins games. Since war would be including all of our favorite Cryptid Nation cryptids, will that include a new Space Penguin card? And if so, can I be involved in the creative process? You know my relationship with them. Big Space Penguin fan. And MetaZoo replies with, sure, I'll officially make it so now. Hey, so you never know, shoot your shot. You ask and you shall receive. At Puppy. What kind of products can we expect to drop alongside SCP? Binders, sleeves, boards? So along with that SCP set, he's asking what exactly other side things will be coming with it. And MetaZoo replies with the whole shebang. So there you go, the SCP. It's going to be a massive thing. You're getting the boards, the sleeves, a binder. That's really interesting to me. A binder for it. Alright, Kai says, for the missing Aura type towers, will they have a place this year, or is it just joining 2024? And just to clarify, MetaZoo replies with just joining in 2024. Makes sense. Maybe online version of one of the towers would be cool. So yeah, there you go. Another idea is maybe that online tower, maybe that could be one of the missing Aura types. Alright. Nelka Person. Will we see more adult art themed cards and new sets like Black Friday and Seance? It's my favorite card on the set by far. That art is fire. So yeah, I mean that's something I noticed in Seance too. There is a lot of more adult art themed cards for sure. And MetaZoo replies with, if the set is appropriate, then yes. So there you go. Any news on Seance / Hero Quest binders? My Seance set is naked. And MetaZoo replies with, no, now I'm not very motivated to make binders for it. So, I think he already said earlier, you'll have the native and Seance binders come together. A Hero Quest binder would be pretty awesome. Alright, Navy Chick, I would love official MetaZoo mystery boxes. And MetaZoo replies with conventions this year. So, might have some mystery boxes at the conventions. Daddy Tub, as more of these songs come out, any possibility of a MetaZoo vinyl record? So yeah, a lot of the official MetaZoo songs. So here we have a question: can we get it on a vinyl? And MetaZoo says yes. For you vinyl collectors out there. Termatic, anything you think us content creators aren't covering enough? Anything you like to see more content about? So this is a pretty interesting question. And MetaZoo replies with the IP. So yeah, there you go. Interesting. Alright, Dad Hat. Are there any cards in Cryptid Nation, Nightfall, and Wilderness that have not been pulled besides the silver ticket? And astonishingly, MetaZoo replies with yes. So, man, that's crazy. There's still stuff out there that we don't know about. There's still secrets. I know in the past in AMAs, Mike did say to people who ask questions like, has your favorite card been pulled, or etc., and he'd be saying no. So that's insane. I wonder what secrets are still out there. Alright, New Year's, New Queen. Will any form of native be at the Frogman Festival? And of course, spoilers, yes. what MetaZoo replies. I think that was a gimme. TMX Comics, most underrated water beastie in your opinion? And MetaZoo replies with Chessie being as available as she is a misstep. And then she's also the last cryptid seen in the first book. So that's pretty interesting. I like the Chessie card. Alright, Dad Hat. This may have been answered in the past, but was this intentional or just a really dope error? And it's a complete full hollow of a Chibi Mothman card. Here's a picture of it along with the question. And MetaZoo replies with just more spot foiling. Macan asks, final question for me. Assuming the fusion auras will be a steady thing, are we going to get different combinations in the sets following Native this year? MetaZoo replies with, Native is Earth themed, and so we see Earth cross insert aura fusions. War won't have any. SCP won't either. But 7 Seas is water themed and will have water cross insert aura fusions. Once we run through those aura based sets, we will no longer be producing fusion auras. So for instance, you will see an Earth cross water fusion aura in Native and an Earth cross water fusion aura in 7 Seas, but never again after that. So yeah, there you go. I mean, it looks like these fusion auras are going to be a pretty unique card here in the future, and they'll be limited. They're not going to produce them again, so collectors, jump on those for sure, because they're going to be not only are they going to be collectible, but it looks like they're also going to have, you know, obviously a very big impact in actually the game, playing the game. Termintic, you're the rabbit. Will you recognize at Cupid Nation News as an influencer and content creator? My man just passed his year mark for his channel and produces some of the best MetaZoo news content out there. He has been such a huge help, not just to me, but to the MetaZoo community as a whole. Love him, love you all, and I love MetaZoo, but love the lore the most. So, yeah, that's somebody just giving a shout out to Cupid Nation News. And I also love the lore the most. It's pretty awesome. And MetaZoo replies with, sure, let's get him a promo at Invader Squid. So that's huge. That's awesome. Wow. You know, you get a shout out and then boom, MetaZoo just straight up acknowledges you. So Cupid Nation News, big shout out from my channel as well. Go check them out. Congratulations on the promo, evidently. Alright, Just Insane. When you said the fusions will be rare, how rare? Prism and Possession rare? Or, so yeah, here's a good question. Like we just said, the fusions are going to be rare, valuable down the road. And MetaZoo replies with Prism/Possession. So that's huge. There you go. You got an idea of just how valuable and rare these cards are going to be. Alright, Jack Penman. Will there be 2 different fusion auras or a reprint? And MetaZoo replies with new art. So there will only ever be 2 arts per fusion or a type. Interesting. There you go. And yeah, there we go. That'll be the end of the video. That's the end of the AMA. Here MetaZoo says, okay, thanks everyone. Lovely MetaZoo hour. So we always love getting these because we get a lot of information. We get a lot of one-on-one with the creators. And yeah, that'll do it. Thank you everybody for checking out the video. Really appreciate all the likes, comments, suggestions, and yeah, really enjoyed making these videos. Just another idea I had, and they seem to be going pretty well. And yeah, a lot of exciting things to look forward to for MetaZoo here in the future. Alright everybody, I'll see you in the next one. Be safe. Bye.